Greetings, African family. Welcome to Clear Thinking with Brother Dulani. In this episode, I want to discuss how the technology is transforming the relationship between African people. It is very important for us to understand that as we evolve in this new technology, using the internet, using the different platform that has been created, we have been able to create an opportunity for us as African people to communicate and to also connect with one another, sharing each other cultures, sharing each other ideas. And I've been watching over the last 5 to 10 years how this technology is accelerating the communication, the connection between African people in the diaspora. And I've noticed how Africans from the continent and African in the diaspora are connecting now, using the various platforms to communicate, to connect. And I want to say that I'm very encouraged, and I think we should keep utilizing this technology, utilizing these things to get our ideas across, to share our concern, to be able to speak out against oppression and inequality, against racism and discrimination, but also to share in our culture. Now we can understand how our people are living in Kenya, in Gambia, in Ghana, in Nigeria, and at home in the Caribbean, where I emerge out of the Caribbean, so-called Caribbean, and specifically in Jamaica. And I'm very encouraged with how the technology is helping to transforming our society, especially the lives of the young people who are embracing this technology. I've noticed in Jamaica how, a lot of YouTube platforms has popped up over the years, and how these platforms is allowing the youth them now to start sharing their thoughts, sharing their feeling, able to articulate what they're going through and express their culture, their joy, everything. But also we get to see the other side of our society, the neglected, and we get to see the condition of poverty and the how deep the homelessness is, and how deep the needs are. And what encourages me is that the fact that when we watch these programs, particularly in Jamaica, you got big platforms out there like Colored Smith, you got Junior Lifestyle Fishing, you got, even back in the days with Rodney Pottinger, with Jamaica Good Life, and you got Jamaica Life Nice down there in St. Elizabeth, and over there in St. Thomas with Ross Moko. Can't forget him back in the days. I mean, he's still functional, but they had issues over there, and also with Freelance Chucky. And I want to big up the family and send my condolences to Freelance Chucky family and friends. It's a tragedy. The man was just enjoying his life, and I can see the joy that he was experiencing with his new partner, his new queen, and then he lost his life in an accident, as was reported. So I want to send my condolences over there to his family. But we was able to see a wide spectrum of life in Jamaica, and hidden beauty. With Fowl and Wi-Fi and the whole crew over there with Hidden Boss. I want to big all up, what I'm saying? I want to big all up, allow us. I'm in the diaspora. I am away from Jamaica, and I'm able to see what's going on that island. And it reminds me of my youthful days. Many of, especially Fowl, with Hidden Beauty. I'm able to see the life I was living when I was a youth. I never had YouTube back in those days. Never had a smartphone back in my days, but I'm very encouraged when I see how the technology is exposing us to that life and revealing that life to us. And I've also noticed how it is transforming their life. It is providing a source of income for these young people to be able to, progress in their lives. And there's another angle that I would like to point out as well. I like the fact that the diaspora. Let's deal with Jamaica as an example, because it happened in almost everywhere that this technology is impacting, particularly YouTube technology. I like the way the Jamaican diaspora in, say, in the United States, Canada, and the UK, how they are able to send support back home to respond to the condition. In other words, we don't just watch what's happening. We watch, and if we see a need, we try to assist. No matter if it's $10, £10, $50, £50, we try to send it and help to alleviate the destitution and the condition that we see, the poor level of condition that we see on that island. And I'm encouraged by that. I've seen homes being built from support from abroad. I've seen food being delivered. I've seen clothes being delivered to help our people that's been neglected by the neo-colonial governance structure. I've seen it with my own two eyes, and this is what this technology has been able to open up our mind to say, look what is happening back home where you come from. And I've seen it happen in Africa. I've seen, I watched over there in Gambia. I watched the Black Acres of the Gambia, and I love the way those couple from America, how they have been able, the African couple from America who happen to be born in America. I love how they have returned to Mama Africa and how they have built a life for themselves. I've watched their journey for years and how they have, progressed and pushed themselves to now where they're seeing the fruits of their labor. And I want to big them up, Mr. Rick, and sweet juicy mama down there in the Gambia, and all the other Gambian broadcasters. There's plenty of them in the Gambia at the moment. I want to big them up, and I see them I see the YouTubers also in Ghana. I see Zylak, I see Alita, Israel, and I see Life with the Kings, and I see what they're doing, and I respect a lot of that. I respect the fact that they embrace the opportunity to go back home, get land, and build from scratch. They're building entire communities from scratch, and I have to respect them for that. I see what's going on in Kenya. I've seen how the YouTuber transformed the lives of our people in Kenya, with I Am Mawa, with D Mwango, and all the others. And then from there, it's like a YouTube village. I mean, the village where I Am Mawa is, his village in Kenya, it's like the village in Portland, where Color Smith is from. Color Smith, he touched the lives of all those people with introducing them to the YouTube life, and as a result, their life began to improve. And the same thing is taking place in Kenya with I Am Mawa. He's been able to change people's lives by putting them onto the YouTube game, and that is very encouraging. And the common denominator between all of these developments is that they're using technology. They're using a smartphone to improve their lives. Otherwise we don't know what would have happened to the lives of these people. They've probably been still struggling, still, trying to etch out a life. But there's no doubt that the technology, the YouTube, the WhatsApp, all these platforms have been able to assist our people in our progression. Despite the oppression, despite the inequality, despite the neglect from the neo-colonial governments, despite the fact that we're living under exploitation and our wealth has been stolen from us. We cannot forget that. We're living under a capitalist, imperialist paradigm. They are calling the shots. They are enjoying the fruits of our labor in the big scheme of things. But still, we have to survive. We can't give up. We cannot let no challenges stop us from progressing, for doing our best. to create an environment for our people to live and to laugh and to enjoy ourselves, to share our culture, to interact. And now, the next step of this now is that we're physically connecting. The technology exposing us psychologically, but what I'm seeing now, the trend now, is for us to connect. So people are watching these videos and these lifestyle, and they want to experience it. So there's a connection taking place. African people are now connecting with one another. We're buying tickets, flying to different destinations to meet up with Africans who are doing progressive things, who are doing positive things. Say, I like that. I want to be a part of that. And I see people are gravitating to that. So as this trend evolve, that is where my projection, where you can start to see it right now, where people are beginning to connect, where the cultures are beginning to connect, in each region and area. We begin to connect with one another and share each other culture. And I guess we can see the re-emergence of the vision of Marcus Garvey, where African people now can reconnect with one another. You know what I'm saying? We can start to advance it now to the economic and political level, where we can start to do commerce together. You know what I'm saying? So after we go to this stage of physically connecting, then the next level now would be start to doing economic connection, where we begin to, exchange goods and services globally between African people, and then political union and eventually military union to protect our people and in our land and our resources. So yeah, that's the way I see things evolving. I'm very encouraged by what I see, and I'm encouraging our people to please continue. All those young brothers and sisters who are starting a channel, please continue doing what you're doing. I definitely appreciate it, and I'm encouraging to continue. The people who are supporting those who are doing the work on the ground, like the work like what Jamaica Life Nice is doing down there with King Nick down there in St. Elizabeth. Keep supporting that effort. I love it. And the effort with Color Smith is starting to feed in the homeless people. Please support him. I love that. Anything. J. Bud the Baker, down there in Portland, who is supporting the people, the unfortunate, the homeless people, support him. I love that. You know what I'm saying? And as I said with Color Smith and I cannot forget about Keno Life in Jamaica. Please support that brother. What he's doing in Trenchtown is nothing less than heroic. You know what I'm saying? That is phenomenal what that brother is doing. So I wanted to support him. Keep supporting him. It's very encouraging to see how this technology is being used to transform the lives. I remember when Keno first arrived back in Trenchtown, and when Rodney Pottinger met up with him, and how they started the channel. I remember when he first drove to Manchester to meet up with Rodney Pottinger and Lambert. If I remember, I hope I'm not murdering your name, my brother. But but Lambert, I think is his name. So I remember those things. I remember those early days when it was only Rodney and maybe Ross Kitchen and a few YouTubers here and there. But Bada Cat and a few others was on the scene, and then Drizzy Blake and them split off, and then Drizzy Blake just take off to the moon. So everything I go on, and it's the technology. That's the common denominator to all of this. So keep using this technology. Keep sharing our culture, keep reaching out and supporting each other, and do your best, my African family. Stay positive, stay progressive, in spite of the inequality, in spite of the problem that we face. Stay strong, support each other, and remember, Brother Dulani will be here observing you, providing you with analysis, with political and economic analysis of our situation, showing you the connection, what we are experiencing to the bigger picture, the systematic process behind the scene. So I'll be trying to provide that kind of analysis as we move forward. But I want to big up all of those YouTubers out there who are doing the work, who are helping people, transforming people's lives. I love it. I respect it. And I want to say, until we meet again, this has been Clear Thinking with Brother Dulani. Hotep, Mahat, Shea, my people, my respect. Take care.